Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Binding of Isaac, where I have foolishly rushed into this recording without water, and am not going to stop, and I'm just going to hit random, and we're going to get Maggie, and we're going to go with it. So there's no water here, and that means I'm obviously going to die throughout this recording in real life. See how that goes for me. Well, this is quite a floor. How much you want to bet that that room to the left is a sacrifice room, and I don't have to fight at all? Because that's what I'm expecting. I tend to take the odd mushroom on the first floor kind of situation. Okay, it's a mini-boss. That's totally fine, honestly. Because it's definitely a DPS up, even though it is 10% damage down and then 0.4 subtracted. It's, yeah, it's a 0.9 multiplier. So we do get the health up, and I'm going to take it. We get a key, which allows me to go to the library, allowing me to get more libraries later. So we only had to fight one room here. That's kind of crazy. And we get 2 books of Revelations. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to fight the boss, and then I'm going to use the book of Revelations, and then I'm going to hope it's not famine first anyway. It's famine anyway. Well, the nice thing about that means that is that I can use the book on the next floor without any kind of worry. So anyway, this is also a speed up, which counteracts. It nullifies Maggie's speed down. And I don't know how much of a speed up it is, but it's definitely enough. Maxes my fire rate though, so it's all good. That's all I really care about. That's the reason I take it. Because now I have all the fire rate. And I pretty much just need to see Cancer, and then I'm going to be quite a force to reckon with. It's going to be a true storm of tears. It's going to be a tear storm, much like a rainstorm. So of course, I don't like the Book of Revelations. I don't think it's a very entertaining item to have. But it's at least useful, whereas the heart is not generally very useful. So I'm just going to stick with it until I can get a spacebar item that allows me to use it in more situations and have more fun with it. Of course, the Cube of Meat is an orbital that will block tears and do 7 damage to enemies on contact, and stack with other cubes of meat that I hopefully don't get. Of course, that's going to be a little difficult when I have the Book of Revelations. But I find that usually... Okay, so we're going to probably get something there. Envy. Ugh. Well, the ideal circumstance is we get 2 keys this floor so we can go to both the item room and the library. The library contains either the Book of Belial, Book of Shadows. Telepathy for Dummies with his high fire rate would be kind of fun. If nothing else. I might even take Monster Manuel over it. Book of Sin. Yeah, you know what? I'd take Book of Sin. That would supply me with some keys. And I mean, there's no drop it can give me that I'd... Okay, I guess I wouldn't prefer a coin to a soul heart, or a red heart usually. I might take Book of Sin. I'd think about it very carefully at the moment of its arrival and it being the only option. And then I'd take it because there's really not actually a question in my mind. I would definitely take the Book of Sin over the Book of Revelations because just I particularly don't like the Book of Revelations. It's like, oh, do you want to have a way easier time winning this run when you could have way more fun with something else? No? Oh, well that's weird. This is awkward. But it's a significant help for winning, and I mean, it's just because of that it's kind of boring. Okay, that was close. Well, it's not like a visible thing or something that's fun to use while being those things. Okay. Darn it. Attack fly, how could you? Oh, I didn't get that fire myself. So it looks like we're going to have some trouble getting keys in time. Dang it. Let's see. This is the most likely secret room location so far. There's another one that's decent, which is next to the library, and that'd be nice, but I would not expect it to be there. It's looking like we're going to end up going to the challenge room, though, in hopes of getting a key. Now, if we're being honest, my key usage definitely goes to the item room. But I want it to go to the library. That'd be really nice. It's not there. That is a true surprise, but now I only have 1 bomb, so I need to do the challenge room first. Okay. Isaac's Fork. When we complete a room, there's a 25% chance that we get a half red heart of recovery. And it's all there is to it. It's really bad. Especially when you have a persistent source of soul hearts like I currently do. Is this floor really going to troll me this hard? It really is. Okay, what do I do? So the devil adds 2 damage, by the way. That's pretty good. If this isn't it, it doesn't have to be. But it was more likely. Okay, 4 cents. I need a bomb and a key. In these 4 cents. Okay, that means I get another cent to try. If it's at least give me a bomb, or at least give me a key, but seriously? Oh my god, this floor is such a bust. I tried so hard, and I mean, it wasn't the wrong choice to look here for the secret room. It was more likely, because it was surrounded by regular rooms rather than any special rooms of any sort. So what I need to get from this boss is box. Alright, let's activate the devil. Suddenly we have lots of damage at a very high rate. Stop jumping so much. There you go. Box, 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 box. That's the speed up. There's an angel room, and there's Holy Grail to grant us flight and a health up. So I guess that means I will take the speed up after all. Because when I can fly, I just start taking speed ups. Not that I like them, but I allow them. So flight still doesn't allow me to do anything that I couldn't do before with this floor. So sadly, I have to abandon the item room and the library, both of which things that I wanted a lot because, of course, I don't like my spacebar item. Library would have provided a better one, almost certainly. And I want more items because item rooms are good things in general. That was particularly unlucky. But at the same time, we got the Holy Grail there. Note that this is recorded directly after the last run, so there is still that angel room possibility as we saw. I guess I forgot to mention it, but it was pretty unlikely that we got that devil room in the first place because we're still going to be on the 0.25 multiplier for most of this run. Which is, of course, an unfortunate thing. So I'm not using the Book of Revelations for now, because I'd rather not fight Pestilence, if possible. So I'm hoping that I can just find the boss room immediately, and then go straight to a normal boss, use the Book of Revelations from the rest of the floor, not have to worry about cubes of meat that I don't want. If I lose soul hearts because of it, I'm really not very broken up about it, because like I said, I'd rather not have this item in the first place, so it doesn't really matter. Friends to the end, 3 kamikaze flies. Those do twice my damage before dying. So we're not finding the boss room immediately, obviously. It's kind of sad, but at the same time, it is what it is. I wouldn't have this source of soul hearts if I had any control over it, so not really losing very much. Ah, excellent, another key. Now, the only sad thing about this is that while, yes, it means that I can get into a library if there is one, which is pretty likely, I can't tell which one's the library and which one's the shop. So I'd be taking a 50-50 gamble here. At least I can tell what the item room is, and that's right here. Loki's horns is just kind of a silly item to get. That's a chance to fire in all 4 directions. Every time we fire, of course, there's a chance. And that's, I mean, come on, what do I really care? So one thing about this that kind of is really annoying is that I can't actually stand near these in attempts to influence the location of those, what are they called? Those aren't hives, those are hives. Yes, those are hives. So, yeah, I can use this now. I can fly, remember. So, I don't have to worry about Peeps P. Okay, so I just... This probably does more damage than I do. So I'm using this in conjunction with me because it does 2 damage and it might hit every frame. If not, it hits close to every frame. It's really a lot of damage overall. Nope. So what would be nice here would be another angel room. Oh my god. So Squeezy is tears up, which isn't very useful because I should be at max fire rate, but it's also 2 soul hearts. So I will take that, of course. And then we get Guardian Angel, which is another orbital, and that will cause everything that orbits around us to go 1.5 times as fast. Well, at least most of them are 1.5 times as fast. I can't remember if there were any values in the code that weren't 1.5 for that. And it also damages every enemy it comes into contact with, like the cube of meat does. So I just want to do a quick check through the floor and see if there were any more rooms that required keys, or if there's only the shop. I'm thinking there's only the shop, so no library this floor, which means I don't have to take any 50-50 gambles. But I will do the challenge room. I think it was a normal chest, yeah? Yeah, I'll do it. That was pretty worth it, I guess. So the thing about the increased orbital speed, that's good for pretty much everything except the 2 attack flies, of which I have 1 currently, of course. But I do have high enough speed that I can probably use it effectively. It's just a little more risky because I can't keep my distance in the same way because I have to turn sooner. So it'll be interesting. That's what it is. That's life. So I want to see as a key here. That would be the best outcome. Hey, what can I say? So onwards and upwards, really downwards, because we are definitely going into a downwards trapdoor. We have 9 cents, so that means that we can get an arcade here. Oops, there we go. I have 2 keys. One's definitely going to the library. What can I say? There is no doubt in my mind that I'm about to be able to get rid of this unfun item, and I rejoice. Alright, there you go. You're dead. Okay, that was good. That was also good. So, library, what you got for me? Well, I did say I'd take telepathy for dummies if I had to. I have to. It'll be good with this high fire rate. And that means that it gives me homing, usable every other room. And when I have sometimes omnidirectional shooting, well, 4-directional shooting. It's omnidirectional when those are the only directional options, I suppose, but, I guess there are a few more than that, usually. Anyway, when I shoot all of those, that's even better. Okay, don't worry about it, everybody. We're gonna be fine. I'm only a little fast. With flight, that makes it's not as big a deal with flight because you just have you don't get limited by what's near you. You can go over gaps and rocks and things and not worry about it. Harlequin Baby is an acceptable familiar. It shoots a V of tears, and if you hit with both, it's definitely the highest damaging familiar, but it's also not as likely to hit for, say, Isaac and Blue Baby, because that V, if you're in the position that I tend to take, will go straight around them and not hit them, so it's not even more tears from them. So it's good because it does everything the familiars do for enemies, but it doesn't do the bad things most of the time on Isaac and Blue Baby. And if it does, it should probably hit with both, so at least it's doing the most damage you can get. So Curved Horn is +2 damage, and that doesn't go inside of the damage formula or anything, it's just 2 damage up at the very end. So it's always exactly 2 rather than, say, Book of Belial, which is sometimes more, sometimes less due to the damage formula. So I obviously could have used Telepathy for Dummies a little more there. But, whatever. So we got Pestilence anyway. It's a little unfortunate. But I do accept the second cube of meat when it bears its ugly face. I don't know why. It has pretty decent damage at least. So there is that. But it's definitely... I'd prefer a normal boss item. Another Angel Room. This is insane. Scapular is a good item. It gives us a soul heart if we get down to half of a red heart. And nothing else, of course. So, using the blood donation machine in that arcade, I'd have to lose all my soul hearts as well to get anything back from it. But I might go all in on that anyway, just because I could get a blood bag, which would be health up, 4 hearts of recovery, and a nice speed up that isn't actually nice, but isn't going to be as detrimental as it could be. Okay, so there's the shop. This floor has a 50% chance that greed is in the shop. That pill, oh man, I took damage again. Well, what is this pill? Range down. That kind of sucks, but that's like the least damaging down pill that I could possibly have gotten. So I'm not too broken up about it. Though it is a concern. I do have relatively low range now, I suppose. Yeah, I'm at like cane range or maybe even less. Or maybe slightly more, I meant. Could be less, but I think it's probably about equivalent to cane range. And now that we have a boss challenge room, I'm like definitely all about the idea of going to the arcade and playing to my heart's content. So there are 3 equally likely locations for the secret room, and I happened to guess the first one right. And it wasn't even something I wanted, so I guess it's good that I got it first try. So again, 50% chance that that is greed in the shop. We'll see what happens. See what I do. So I play this all the way down to 1 red heart, which isn't a huge risk due to my soul hearts. Of course, it could be less risky. So now, if this pays out, it needs to either be an IV bag or not pay out until the very end of my quest, like right now. Yeah, I went to half a red heart. These things happen. I do these things sometimes. I'm gonna go to the boss challenge room, see if it's something I want. Hope it's pentagram. Do that. Then go to the shop, hope it's not greed, and then play for some keys at least. And that's about it. There's no reason to take that, but seeing it does get it out of the pool, so that's good. But we already have as much fire rate as we can. It's pointless to take and fight for. Oh, cool. Then we get the habit. And I'll check this because it could be the magician, which, I mean, come on, let's be real. Don't really need that. So the habit makes it so that every time we get hit, we get 3 ticks of charge for our spacebar item, meaning every 2 hits we have a use for our spacebar item no matter what. And that's awesome. And then we kept our High Priestess card that summons the foot to stomp on an enemy. Pretty good. Or, of course, a boss, if that's how we choose to use it. And it would be most helpful to play this thing. It has the highest win rate, and it gives us the most for winning. So that already makes it worth it. I'm not even too worried about playing anymore. But if I can get these 2... No. Did I really expect to? No, probably not. Alright, cool. So now flies are harmless. They just want to give me hugs. Hugs forever. And I'm okay with that. They are allowed to do that if they like. And away we go. Of course, having the habit with the Book of Revelations would be incredibly overpowered, and for a while it would make me invincible to most types of damage, but also would make me... it'd be like having my damage intake on the floors after the womb, or starting at the womb 1. Deck of cards gives me a tarot card, go figure. Hermit teleports me to the shop. I'll keep it in mind. If I get 2 cents, I guess I'll use it. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We'll see what's in there. I already got the habit. So what we need to do is that. That was perfect execution. I'll buy the key. I'll consider buying the soul heart. I'll consider buying the pill, but I'd love to get the compass given the opportunity. May as well. Get the homing in there. It'll just speed this up, because remember, the flies are actually not even harmful. Except boom flies. Those just move slower instead. And flies will still be harmful right as they spawn. Miter. It's been a long time since I've seen this item, and I'm very happy to see it now. It gives us an extra 50% chance, which, when you do the math, makes it an increased 45% chance that you get a soul heart instead of a non-specific heart drop. So that puts us to 55% that we get a soul heart instead of a red heart, which is kind of awesome. You know, it doesn't work every time. That is how 50% works. You know, there is still a 45% chance that it just doesn't give me one. So that's that. Liking Telepathy for Dummies 2, as opposed to Telepathy for Dummies 1, because the first one sucks, the second one's much better. Secret room locations so far are not very good. It might be next to that sacrifice room. I'm pretty sure it wasn't next to the curse room, as we already saw when we went in there. So, not worried about that one. And, yeah, can't be to the left of this room. I'm expecting it to be above this room. And I'm expecting that I'm right. At this point, it is far and away the best location. And so I expect it to be a thing. Okay, so I'm just killing these because they're not harmful as the black flies, of course. Alright, now I can go by the compass, which I'm just going to do. I'm also going to see what's in here. Should be greed, actually. Then I guess there's another mini-boss on the floor? Because the shop wasn't greed last floor, was it? Or did I not go last floor and it could have been? I don't know. Either way, the shop's not greed, and that's what counts. No, the shop wasn't greed, because that's where I got the habit. So I guess there's another mini-boss. Just chilling about. This is Necropolis 1. Yeah, there's the mini-boss. And I want to fight that for sure. That could be a pretty sweet addition to my life. Whatever it is it wants to give me. Or it could be useless, I don't know. No reason to use homing for this room. It's going to be pretty easy to deal with. Range down, you know, I think I'm going to pass on taking that, believe it or not. I think there are much better things that I could spend my resources taking. Another nickel. That could buy me a soul heart or a something. I'm going to save my Telepathy for Dummies for the boss. I think that makes more sense. I'm also going to fight the mini-boss. No, I should fight the boss first. Because then if I could take damage against the mini-boss, and then that would put me that much closer to taking red heart damage. War. Well, that sucks. Because that'd be our third cube of meat, and I absolutely do not want to take that, because that would be pretty bad to have. Lose an orbital, get something that is really inconvenient and not very good. And I just took it without even thinking. So there's that just happened. Well, you're about to see why I don't take this dude very often. He goes out of his way to kick my bombs. He's not very smart. And, yeah. Wow, autopilot gets the best of us. Not that I'm the best of us, but you understand the analogy. If you want to call it an analogy, which I guess it kind of isn't really. Okay, I'm going to go buy the pill and the soul heart. I think it's a pill. So, yeah. But, yeah, autopilot makes fools of us all. I was just talking about how I didn't want it. It's worse. It'll cause Isaac and Blue Baby to shoot even more than the second level would. It's not protecting us. It's a moron. Hey, you know, I'm actually really okay with that. Luck down, that's actually kind of good news. Health down is not good news. Friends till the end 4 times is not very helpful. Because we can only take 5 with us, so I'm not going to take the health down. Luck down's good. Makes it so we're more likely to get chests and things. Tears up is worthless. Touch the game, kid. Yeah. Keep the health down with me. Because that could turn into a health up depending on our circumstances, what happens throughout the rest of this run. We could get a lucky foot, we could get a PhD, we could get down to only 1 or less red hearts, and then it is a health up, just because it can't give you a health down at that point. For fairness concerns, I guess. So there are lots of ways that this can go somewhere for us. Not saying it will, but I'm not saying it won't. Sadly, there was no bombs or key pill. That would have been really, really good. So there's no mini-boss on this floor, which means that greed is in the shop, since greed was not in the last shop, nor on the last floor at all. So there's really no reason for me to use a key going there, and I really, really want a lot of keys, because picking up Guppy's tail there, note that doesn't say anything about the Devil Room, because that was from a red chest. Red chest doesn't pull from a pool. It can just give you one of the Guppy items regardless. So that's not something from which to draw judgment. So anyway, I don't even know where I'm going. We don't have any reason to go to the shop. And, well, I mean, Meat Boy, you best do your work. I will take a 4th level Meat Boy at this point, since I've already ruined it. I may as well make him a little smarter and stronger. That would be the most sensible course of action, I'd figure. What do I want in here? I think that fun would dictate that I get Mom's Eye. That would be the most fun thing I could get. But for helpfulness, I would take PhD, Lucky Foot, something to make this a health up pill instead of health down. You know, one of those two. Well, there you go. Now, that also makes the luck down, luck up, which I don't want, because I like the idea that the chests are more likely to be regular chests instead of golden chests, so that I don't have to use keys. And that is good. So what else is going on in my life right now? I don't know. That's tears up. That's worthless. So I hope I get lots of those health down pills, and of course that they become health up, because, you know, they're health up now already. Soul Heart, Miter doing its thing. Ow. I need orbitals. That's something I need, because I foolishly wasted the one I had. Well, one of the two I had. Alright, so let's do this. Yeah, I skipped some stuff. So it's nice to cheese this version of the boss, except when that happens. So, what I do is allow the foot to stomp and then get over here so that I can't get shot. Sadly, I took a hit. But health up. Have to ditch the curved horn, sadly. Polaroid's important. 2 soul hearts, really good. Library, I would really like a Book of Belial about now. Homing in this room is actually really helpful. It's quite something to work with. Because lumps are really annoying, so you know. Okay, perfect. This is definitely the right way to everything that I want in my life. I'll probably visit the curse room too, to be honest. So what I want to see here is a Devil Room that gives me 2 Guppy items. I want those 2 Guppy items to be not the dead cat. Or, of course, get Guppy's Paw and dead cat, and that'd be good. Or, of course, I could get both of them in the 2 red chests that are totally going to be in this curse room, and then get an angel room with Sacred Heart. That'd work, too. I'm open to a lot of things. There's my Book of Belial, so that's good. Sadly, Book of Belial, I mean, I guess it's the same with Telepathy for Dummies, but it doesn't stack with itself, so having the habit with it is worthless, but the damage is pretty important to have. I need that. Oh, and then you don't even give me my 4th level Meat Boy. What a jerk. This game is a jerk, and I hate it. Alright. Skull-X, I can deal with, though. It's not a hard fight by any means. And I almost take damage, of course. Because, I mean, I wouldn't be making a statement without nearly or completely blatantly contradicting myself in action. Okay, so that's health. This is the last substantial room, so I may as well take the Pact, which is a damage up. It would be a tears up if it were, you know, still possible for it to be. Oh, right. Yeah, that was my own fault. That wasn't him going out of his way, but he does go out of his way. It's a damage up, and it's 2 soul hearts. Normally a tears up, but I can't win them all. So I don't think there's actually anything I want from the library. So it would kind of be a waste to use a key on it. Hierophant, 2 soul hearts. That's awesome news. But I'm still going to go. You never know if you don't go. So, what could be in there that I could even care about? Really nothing. Like, literally, there's no reason for me to go in. Except to make it less likely that I get books in the 4 chests in the chest that I'm likely not even going to have the keys for. So I'd say that it's really a foolish decision to go in at all. Thanks, Meat Boy. I wasn't going to handle that. I didn't have the ability. Well, hey, get on it. Do my work for me, thanks. Didn't contain a key. Now let's do it anyway. Okay, so Book of Shadows was mostly my expected payout. Let's see if we can get a growth hormones from this room. Flies are harmless, as we might recall. I'd like a range up. I haven't seen that pill in a little while. Okay, what are you? No. I'm hoping that this is the right way because of that arcade. It could be, but it could also not be. The path could end at the arcade. And I have no way of knowing where to go, but I promise I'm going. Music reference set of 5 minutes, maybe. It's probably within like 2 minutes. Yes. Okay, I love when I'm right on these chances, because I hate when I'm wrong. Being wrong on that one is really annoying, because it's just like, what are the chances of that happening? Probably about 50-50. I don't know how many soul hearts I have. It's not a lot more than the limit, but it's a few more than the screen limits. Darn. I mean, at this point, I don't have enough keys. I may as well just roll with it. Surprised it never shot. Usually it just takes a shot and it's like, yeah, this looks pretty good. Oh no. Meat Boy. Ugh. I hate having Meat Boy for this fight especially, because it's always his goal to move your bomb. Always. Okay. Good work with Monstro here. So I can't place my bomb as early as I'd like to, and then I can't kill everything. Oops, that was close. Okay, I knew that one would happen, and I still had to go for it, because I didn't really have a good position for him. Okay, I'm a little surprised that he didn't go out of his way to kick that one. Oops, I was shooting the wrong way. Just straight up shooting the wrong way for no reason. That was actually really good for that bomb. That was maybe the best way I could have done that one. Okay, to the cathedral where I don't honestly know. Another library? That's insane. Sadly, this one cannot possibly become a double item room, as we still totally haven't seen the Book of Sin. I don't know if the Necronomicon's in the pool, but probably not at this point, I would say. So, there's no reason to use my only key for that. I could get a good item out of the chest. I wish Meat Boy would take a little bit out of Hired Hands, from Spelunky, of course, Hired Hands book, and like bring us items or something sometimes, other than our own bombs, which I do believe Hired Help can do. You can pick up a bomb that you placed and then bring it back to you and then blow both of you up. He can do that. He's a very big jerk. Hey, that's actually really, really nice getting that there. So I'm both surprised and unsurprised that this is the wrong way for the boss. Alright, so I have no reason to go into the library this time. Which means let's make our way to the boss the way I expect it to be. I'm going to bomb my way out of this room because it's a huge hassle. This room is far less of a huge hassle, I admit. No obstacles and then me just dodging badly. But no obstacles and no holy leeches. Holy leeches suck. Okay, I get back one of the soul hearts I lost, so that's something. Not a fan of fighting greed. Nor a fan of double greed. Alright, so I can see my soul hearts, and this is one of the major concerns. Yeah, skeleton key. I did have to be careful not to use the Book of Belial right away, because I could have spawned more than one wave at once, which would have been really bad. So you may think that that was just me being indecisive, but actually that was just proper timing. So that was good. We didn't end up fighting more than one wave at once. Of course, you can also pause to do that, but people discovered it with Book of Belial, I believe. That or like Mom's Bra or something, but I think it would be Book of Belial because that's something that you use at the start of the room without waiting. And then people figured out that you could use pausing instead because, you know, it's a similar thing. But it doesn't work for everything like that. And I'm going to blow this up because I don't feel like taking the time to play it. Sadly, it didn't give me the things I wanted from it. So even if I don't have to fight at all before Isaac and Blue Baby, or well, Isaac in this case is the one that matters, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to get hit anyway, even if I use the Book of Belial. I'm going to get hit, so I'm going to get a use of the Book of Belial. But obviously it doesn't matter because I just got the use anyway, and this is a fighting room, so I would have gotten the use regardless. Oh right, I forgot, I don't have Curved Horn anymore, so I'm pretty out of luck with that one. Alright, so we have just enough range to shoot Isaac from a distance. We have just enough range that range is irrelevant and we just get hit a lot. Sadly, I don't have a half heart, so I have no means of getting invincibility and getting Scapular to activate. So pretty much, I'd say we're gonna die. 4 health, not enough protection due to not having that cube of meat level 2, or 1, of course, which I would have preferred. Meat Boy doing lots to ruin my life, causing me to get hit. I'm at 1 health, so in before doom. Yep, I'm dead. I don't think that it would be wrong to blame that on my choice, in quotes, choice, to pick up the 3rd cube of meat. I think that that is the reason we lost. And there's honest, like, given the exact same situation but 1 less cube of meat, I think I would have won. At the same time, I still had fun with the run, and that's all I really care about, because, whatever, I've already won more than enough times. Oh yeah, people always want to see my stats, so why don't I show those? They're pretty bad, but I have pulled ahead with kills finally. This is the save that I was using when I originally got the game, the day it came out, and, you know, I got like 200 deaths before I got even 2 mom kills or something silly like that. So it's, I've come a long way. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the run as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.